Hello.
Hello, and welcome to our kitchen.
Yes, we are doing a little bit different video this time.
We are. So most of our videos, we're out doing fun stuff and exploring, but for us, part of that process is prepping. So tonight is food prep night because we're going camping tomorrow.
And a lot of people ask us how we cook and what we use and how we get it ready. So we thought we'd do a quick little video and
kind of share how we prep and get ready for camping. So
hopefully give you a couple tips that maybe you didn't think about.
Yep, and yeah, it should be good.
All right, nothing more fun than food prepping.
Well, are you sure? I can think of a few things.
Yeah. Eating it usually is better,
exactly.
but all right.
See ya.
All right, so the first thing we do is we plan our meals. No, go ahead and keep working on that. Keep working.
That's great.
So,
keep working.
The first thing we do is obviously plan the meals. And so this weekend we're going to have chicken fried rice and hot turkey sausage
with mac and cheese
and peppers and onions. So we're going to cut some peppers and onions up, and then Joel's going to
vacuum seal. We vacuum seal everything. So one, it keeps it fresh. Two, it takes up a little less space because it's vacuum sealed. But also, when you put it in the cooler, there's no chance of it leaking, getting water from the cooler in the food.
Yeah, so some people, when they go camping, they may have like the power cooler, but we just go old school and we just do bags of ice and throw everything in a big cooler. We have like an Arctic cooler.
Yeah, nice cooler. Yes.
So it keeps things cold, but yeah, it doesn't get wet at all. So we can throw everything in.
Throw it in, and literally as ice melts and the cooler fills with water, all the food's vacuum sealed. It's great. It's cold and it doesn't get all mushy from the water.
Yeah. So you sealed that up?
Vacuum seal's good.
All right, here.
Thank you. She's so sweet to me.
I know.
So polite. Here, take this rice.
Take the rice. So I had measured that out, and we're gonna vacuum. We'll show you.
And it's a vacuum sealer.
And we just have a fairly inexpensive one.
Yeah.
And it's lasted a long time.
But like the rice, I probably won't vacuum
What's the name? NutriChef?
NutriChef.
NutriChef.
Like the
something
rice.
we got off of Amazon.
Because it's soft. So things that are soft, I typically don't vacuum seal as much as I can because it squeezes and smushes.
Yeah.
So I'll vacuum seal it, but not like super.
It won't get all the air out. It's mostly, again, just to have it sealed. It's sealed all the way around.
And then we'll have
there you go.
pretty much that easy.
And we pretty much will do this with everything. So now we have a package of rice.
Yep, and then we'll end up writing on that package what meal it's for. Because if you go for a long time, you could have a lot of the same ingredients, like peppers and onions. We may have those for multiple meals. So we'll write on the package what meal that's for, because sometimes one meal may have more onions than others, or whatever the case may be.
And then we'll package each meal up into one grocery bag.
Yep, and just toss it in the cooler, and away you go.
Yeah. All right, we got some more stuff to do.
All right. So one of the things we found that we really like is we use rotisserie chicken. It's already cooked. We get it at Costco. Costco?
Yeah, you get 3 pounds for like $12.
Yeah, and it's rotisserie chicken and it's white meat and it's really good. And it's already cooked. So we're not bringing raw chicken. Our dog is looking at food. So this is actually vacuum sealed from, I don't know,
last month.
A couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
And it's frozen, so it's not freezer burnt. But we really like bringing pre-cooked rotisserie chicken because it makes cooking in the FireDisc really quick. And I'm not dealing with a bunch of raw meat and chicken and stuff getting all over my hands as we're cooking. And it turns out great. All right, so we gotta be honest. We do cheat when it comes to bacon. So like regular fresh bacon in the FireDisc is fantastic, but it makes so much grease and it's just a pain in the butt to clean up. So we do cheat and we use the pre-cooked bacon that comes out of the box. We do still vacuum seal it so it stays nice and good in the cooler. And then we just quickly brown it in the FireDisc. It's really quick. It doesn't make nearly as much of a mess. So,
but there is something for real bacon and the bacon grease in your eggs.
there is, but it makes such a huge mess. So we do choose a little bit of convenience, maybe over quality when it comes to the bacon. So,
yeah.
But, we're being honest.
Yeah.
So for lunch on this trip, we only have one lunch and we're going to make sandwiches. We're going to vacuum seal some stuff.
What?
We're going to vacuum seal some stuff. So if we're going on a multiple day trip, we typically will vacuum seal what we need for each lunch separately. Because once you open it up, it's opened up and it's exposed to water and everything else. So in this case, we've got our turkey and we've got our cheese that we need for lunch. And that'll be, apart from the bread, that'll be what we need for lunch. And we'll make one of those for each lunch that we have. Instead of having it all together, it's separate, per meal. And it works out really good.
All right, and then when I need to bring some garlic and extra things, I just put it in a little container. Unfortunately, this is not going to be waterproof, and it is not going to be something I can throw away. but it works for what we're doing. So a little bit of it. So this is the wet stuff. If we had more dry ingredients, I would just put them in a baggie or bring the whole thing.
Yep. Let's talk breakfast. So
you're getting into this, aren't you?
Yeah,
this informational video.
It's great. So breakfast for us on this trip is going to be scrambled eggs, the bacon that you saw. Yeah, it's cheating, but it's still good. And cheese.
And leftover sauce or leftover peppers and onions
from the dinner the night before. It's going to be delicious, trust us.
Yeah.
So, but we've never tried vacuum sealing scrambled eggs. And
sounds like a mess to me.
Could you imagine that? And so I don't think we ever will. But we also don't want to bring like regular eggs and have to crack them and have them break on the way there. So what we do is we take our eggs and we scramble them in our Captain Morgan cup.
Perfect cup for it.
Perfect cup for it. And then we actually just put them in a water bottle. And
use a funnel to do it.
Use a funnel.
So how many eggs is that?
This is 4 eggs.
So 2 for each of us for breakfast.
Yep.
And it actually takes up a lot less space than you think. These are little water bottles, so like 12 ounces.
Yeah, I think so. And that's it. And it's watertight, and you can put it in the cooler, and it doesn't leak. And so now you have eggs. You don't have to worry about eggs cracking when you're traveling. And right before you put them in the FireDisc, you go and you shake them up, scramble them up even more. So that's going to go along with breakfast. Okay, so one thing we discovered is that like people who make condiments don't really make condiments for campers. Because space is everything, right? You only have so much room in your cooler for stuff. So even the small bottles of ketchup and things are big. So we got 4-ounce squeeze bottles.
Is that what they are, 4 ounce?
4 ounces.
And we'll put the link below for that.
Yeah, we'll put the link below. You can get them on Amazon. They're super cheap. It's like $5 for,
I think 10 of them.
Yeah,
6 or 10.
Insanely cheap. And they've proven to be watertight. They've never leaked on us. So we put our condiments. We got yum sauce for our stir fry.
Yum.
And we got some soy for our stir fry. And the cool thing is you can pop the top off and squirt, kind of control how much you want to put on. Nothing, it's just, it works really well. And because they're only 4 ounces, they don't take much space. And they work out just exceptionally well.
We do put them on the top of the cooler just in case they don't leak, but we've never had a problem with it.
Yeah, but they're small, they're portable.
Yep.
And, so you're not bringing a full bottle of ketchup or, a full bottle of yum or soy. We just have, it's actually probably more than we need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually left over from last time.
Yeah, exactly. So, 4-ounce squeeze bottles. A little secret.
All right, so one trick that I wanted to do or talk about, say.
You're a magician?
I know, I'm gonna do a trick. I always go and get these little mayonnaise ketchup packets, whether these I got at Publix today at the grocery store. You can just pick them up. I've not been able to find any place where they actually sell them in the individual package, but we'll make a trip to Chick-fil-A or someplace that has packages and just grab an extra one, or even when you're out throughout the week before you go camping, grab an extra package of ketchup, mayonnaise, mustard, whatever. Because like I said earlier, now these can just, we use them and then we just throw them away.
Yep.
When it's all done. So.
And Chick-fil-A is the best place for packages of ketchup.
Yes, it is. Yes. They limit you though, so.
You got to go through the drive-thru 6 times to get.
Okay, so now we have all of the food all laid out and we have it sorted by meal. And we had one more cool thing we wanted to show you.
It's all sealed. So when we have our sausage, peppers, and onions, we like our mac and cheese. So we use these Bob Evans or whatever brand, little individually sealed mac and cheeses. And we got a really cool way to heat it up on the FireDisc, which we'll show you. And then when we're done heating it up, we just pour it back in here. There's 2 of them. And we each have a little bowl that we can eat our mac and cheese out of. And it works really well. So stay tuned so you can see how we cook mac and cheese on a FireDisc.
Yum, yum.
They said it couldn't be done.
Who said it couldn't be done?
They.
All right.
Good.
Okay, we are in the garage.
And the dogs have followed us.
Yes.
So one of the things that we found works really well and is a big benefit and helps keep your cooler cold is every time before you're camping the night before, put a bag of ice in the cooler.
It's the whole thing.
Yep. Just put it in there, and what that does is it'll cool the cooler down. So when you're putting your cold food in there, you're putting it into a cold cooler, and then it stays cold like for days instead of like a day.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is put cold food in a hot cooler. It'll just cool. It'll all warm it all up.
It will. It will. And then I got one more thing to show you. So
Okay.
hold tight, and we'll be back.
Okay.
So in addition to cooling down the cooler before we go, we got these things from like Gander Mountain, and it's a PermaChill Extreme Ice Freezer pack.
These were my Christmas presents one year. They were so heavy, I didn't know what they
She's
were.
grabbing the box. She's like, "What is this thing?" So yeah, she got ice packs for Christmas.
Yes, which I loved.
Right, they've been great. But we'll literally take 2 of these and put them in that cooler, and then we'll put water next to them in the cooler. And literally that night, the water that's next to them will be frozen.
Yeah, it'll actually freeze it. It doesn't even just keep it cold, it freezes it.
Yeah, so between 2 of these, cooling down the cooler, we can put a bag of ice in there for our drinks and stuff, and that bag of ice will stay ice for probably 3 days.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And again,
So,
we have an Arctic cooler, so.
yeah, Arctic cooler, cool it down with a bag of ice before you go, and I swear by these things are fantastic.
We have 2 of them, and we put one on each side of the cooler.
Yep, works great.
Okay, all bagged up and ready to go in the fridge until we pack up the cooler in the morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. It's the next day.
Next day.
It's tomorrow. So
we're gonna pack up the cooler real quick.
yeah, I know. We're packing up a cooler. How exciting can it be to pack up a cooler?
We got a couple tips and tricks for you.
a couple of tips. So
We'll make it quick.
we mentioned that we put ice in the cooler last night. So that's how much ice we have remaining.
It's
And
still a
that
lot of
water-
ice.
That water in there is actually good. Having cold water is good. So we have all of our stuff mentioned in bags, and we put it in the cooler in the order we're going to use it. Actually, reverse
Opposite order, yeah.
So this is dinner for the last night. Oh, hold on. I got to get the freezer packs.
Oh no!
Don't move. Come back. Freezer packs, good stuff.
Ones we told you about before.
So that was dinner for the first night. What's this? That's the last night's dinner. That's gonna be lunch, breakfast, and dinner. So now we can pull things out of the cooler, and they're already in the order that we need them. We don't have to go search and dig in and all that stuff. And then we just put other junk on
All
top.
of our odds and ends things.
Yep, and what's amazing, actually before I even do that, I'll do this. All this ice that's left over, pour it in there.
We are gonna stop and get another bag of ice too, but
Because everything's vacuum sealed,
it can
it's
all
not
be.
gonna get wet.
That's right. And then we'll put our drinks and
Yep, sodas and water and stuff will go on that side, and this will literally stay cold for probably 3 days.
at least.
Yeah, at least. And that's all there is to it.
All right. So we are heading out on the trip, and we will see you
Mountain
for
bikes,
dinner.
Cooler. It's awesome.
See you for dinner.
See ya.
All right, we got the campsite all set up,
It's time to cook.
and it's time to cook.
You saw the prep. now we get to cook.
Mm-hmm.
So what we got going on is we have the FireDisc.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a flat wok griddle combination, and this is literally the only thing that we cook on when we come camping. No pots, no pans, no stoves, no grills. It's that. And we did buy a 10-pound propane tank, and I think out of all the trips we've done, we may have refilled it once. So it's not a huge tank, but it's big enough so we can, you know, run the FireDisc for multiple times.
And just so you know, the FireDisc here is the 24-inch. Oh yeah, so this is what it sits on.
Yep.
The flame comes up through there, and it is. Go ahead and put it back on.
Yep.
It's the 24-inch. So the 24-inch is not how wide it is, but it's the height.
Right. They're all
There's-
the same diameter.
There's another one that's 36
It's
inches.
just taller.
It's tall, but Joel likes to have it, be able to see what's
Yeah,
in
I
it.
like it in front of me so I can see it. So, and then all the stuff we prepped last night, the peppers and the onions and the sausage, so all right here.
We're gonna.
So it's ready to go in.
We'll show you how easy it is.
There you go. All right, so we are browning the sausage, and we have ciabatta bread on the outside. It's getting nice and toasted.
We actually put a little mayonnaise from our packets on there too to toast it.
And so typically what we do with sausage is we'll brown the outside, and then we'll put it over here to the outside of the FireDisc where it's cooler, and let it cook a little more, and then we'll do the peppers and onions. And at the last minute, we'll cut the sausage in half and turn it face down just to make sure the inside of the sausage is cooked and brown and crispy and just delicious. All right, so here is the magical secret about mac and cheese. Is we buy it in little individual containers and we put it into aluminum foil. Aluminum foil pan.
Well, it's not a, yeah, it's a pan.
It's a pan. And in a minute, we're gonna...
After everything is done.
everything's done, we'll actually put that in the FireDisc with some water underneath it, almost like a double broiler, whatever they call them.
I think.
And it basically heats up the mac and cheese. It doesn't burn it.
Yep.
And the water in the FireDisc actually helps clean the FireDisc while it's doing it. So
Yep.
it's like perfect.
My favorite.
Amy loves her mac and cheese. All right, sausage is browned. It's now time for peppers and onions, and they were vacuum sealed.
So yes, and don't forget your scissors because you can't tear them open.
No. Let them cook for a little bit. They're going to be delicious. So as you can see, the peppers and onions are cooking. The ciabatta bread is toasting. And the sausage is out on the outside, still cooking a little bit because the outside of the FireDisc is still hot. Just not quite as hot as the middle. So we literally have like 3 things going on all at the same time, all in one.
In a different temperature.
Yeah, all different temperatures. So 3 things going on all at the same time. Pretty cool. We love the FireDisc. So the peppers and onions are done. And we're going to push them to the side and put the mac and cheese in there and get that all nice and warmed up. So peppers and onions come up here. Like that. Mac and cheese goes in like that. And then just a little bit of water underneath it.
And it gets warm. I mean, it doesn't take long.
And that water will basically heat up that mac and cheese and keep it from burning. It works fantastic.
Just a little bit of stirring. And eventually you'll start seeing it bubbling here. All right, so buns are coming off.
Nice and toasty.
Yum.
Sausage should be just about done right about now. It smells fantastic.
And then we're gonna eat.
Remember? Yes, we are.
Finished product.
Sausage is cooked. Nice and crispy.
put it right side up on your bun.
Right side up on the bun.
And then it's a vessel for your peppers and onions.
We discovered that, yes.
Yes.
If you do it this way, then your peppers and onions can lay right inside there. Works fantastic.
Do it, Joel.
You're
you're doing mine?
You're doing yours.
All right.
Just like that.
Look at how perfect that fits on that. This is ciabatta bread.
Would you like some peppers and
I
onions?
would, please.
Look at that. Holy
Thank you.
cow.
That's too much.
All right, let's take a little off. Leave you just the right amount.
All right. Perfect. Thank you.
Hold on. I'm not done yet. There you go.
All right.
All right.
Now we're going to go back and put the mac and cheese in the little containers, and
We'll be
you're
done.
done and good to go. See how long what did that take?
Not too long.
15 minutes
15?
maybe?
Yeah, and now we got peppers and onions that we can use tomorrow
Right.
in our eggs.
All right. All done.
Just like that, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll show you how to clean it when we're done.
Yeah. So one of the things we do is right before we eat, once the FireDisc is done, we'll put a little bit of water in there.
Because it's still warm.
Still warm, and that way the FireDisc can actually soak while we're eating. So by the time we get done eating, anything that's down there that might be stuck is soaked, and it just comes right off.
Now that is a great fancy camping meal.
Right? No hot dogs here.
Nope. All right. I will try not to blind him, but it is now
That
dark.
so bright. So bright.
Go ahead.
Wait.
I'm you can't see it.
I was doing shadow puppets. It
I
didn't
know.
work out. So dinner was awesome. Really fantastic. So it's now time to clean the FireDisc, which is really pretty easy. So Pampered Chef makes this little plastic scraper. It's made for scraping their baking stones. And that is all you need with that and some water. So the
And no soap. You don't put soap in this. It's
No
kind of
soap.
like a cast iron pan.
Just like it, yep. So the FireDisc has been soaking while we're eating. And everything in there is pretty much all loose. So I'll take it over by the garden hose.
Oh, we're going to do it over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now spray it out and scrape it out and life will be done.
All right. I'll meet you over there.
All right, let's go. All right, so dump it out.
And that was just the water you had in there after we got done eating.
Yep. Quick spray.
And really, there's nothing.
There's very
I mean,
little
if you
left
look
in
at
here.
it, there's not much in there.
So I just take my little Pampered Chef thing, just scrape it out a little bit. There's really not much in there.
A little bit of grease.
And then when I get done, I'll spray it out and give it a good wipe down with some paper towel. And then, like cast iron, you do have to put a little coat of oil on it when you're done. That's pretty much it.
All right. I'm moving back. No.
That's it. Get off the leaf. Quick dry. And typically what I'll do is I'll dry it with paper towel and then I'll let it sit for a few minutes by itself and just let it air dry, and then we'll be ready to put a coat of oil on it and we'll be done. All right, so it's dry. A little bit of vegetable oil in there. And just wipe it around like you would a cast iron skillet. And basically every time you use it, it seasons. And it becomes more and more non-stick and more non-stick. And the food tastes better every time. So that is really it. Again, there's no soap. Just that little Pampered Chef scraper. And some water and a little bit of oil. And then you are done.
And we have a bag that we put on top of it. Do you have that?
I have a very fancy FireDisc cover. Not only because it looks cool, but when it rains, it keeps the FireDisc dry. It's meant for when you're outside in the elements, and to keep it nice and dry. However, tonight the FireDisc, I'm turning my light off.
Okay.
Tonight the FireDisc is going into the car because we heard there's bears around.
And we kept the FireDisc out once, and a bear knocked it over in the middle of the night. So it does have a smell to it.
It does, so it's going in the car tonight.
Yeah. All right, well, thanks for that introduction to FireDisc.
So
oh, it was so good. I know, right?
Yes.
So tomorrow, be...
Scrambled
ooh,
eggs?
yes. Sorry. Bugs are kidding me.
Mosquitoes.
Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow morning, scrambled eggs, bacon, leftover peppers and onions,
Yep.
and cheese.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning. It is Saturday morning, and we're hungry.
Yes.
So we're making some breakfast. Why is that fun?
I don't know, the way you said it, you sound like you're tired.
I'm
So,
tired.
Yeah, so we're going to make some breakfast this morning.
Yep.
Like we said yesterday, eggs, bacon, cheese.
Eggs, bacon,
And we're going to put it in
cheese.
a burrito.
Yes.
Oh, and
wrap it up.
sausage.
Yes.
So-
And some hot sauce.
Yes.
We always have hot sauce.
We are not going to spend as much time on the video as yesterday because we've already showed you how to clean it and set it up.
We're gonna get to cooking.
But we want to show you how easy it is, and again, how this is the only piece of cooking equipment that we bring with us.
Yeah.
So
And also we thought we'd give you a quick view of the cooler. Now that it's been about 24 hours and show you how much ice and everything's still left in there. And it's those freezer packs. They're awesome. They keep everything cold for so long.
he's obsessed with
I
those.
love them. All right, so it is day number 2. It's been about 24 hours. Look at that. I mean, this is literally still all just ice. You have to dig through to get what you want. If all goes well, this will be our breakfast bag. Oh my gosh, I can get it out. It's frozen solid. It's literally frozen solid. Get out of there. There you go. There's our breakfast bag.
Don't forget the eggs.
Don't forget the eggs, Amy says. All right, I won't forget the eggs. But you can see how well these freezer packs just keep everything so cold. All right, we're ready for breakfast.
There's our fake bacon.
Fake.
It's not fake.
It's just already cooked.
Already cooked. Yes. So we're just heating it up.
Yep. All right, so there's 5 pieces of bacon. I miscounted at home. So I get 3, Amy gets 2.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll arm wrestle for it.
Bacon's done. Warm up the peppers from last night.
Get out of my bag.
All right, here goes the eggs. This will take like 3 seconds to cook. It'll go really fast. Oh, and I do want to say that last night when we did cut the sausage, but it didn't make it on video.
Right.
Apparently I took a picture and no video.
So
So sorry for messing that up last night.
yeah, we cut the sausage in half and then turn it over and like kind of sear the inside of the sausage real quick just to make sure
Because
the
it wasn't
inside-
done. We thought it was done. It looked done from the outside, but it wasn't done.
But also that way it also lays flat on the bun pretty much
Yeah.
instead of just being like a hot dog.
Right. See, look at that.
FireDisc is going off. That was about a 3.5 minute breakfast. But
And look at the little mess it's gonna make.
Yep.
It's barely sticking. All right, making our little burrito.
there's Amy's.
1, 2.
All right, I'll split it in half. Just 'cause
He's
I'm
so
right.
good to me.
I love you. So I got peppers and onions and
And we put the cheese on the bottom of the burrito.
yeah.
What you're not gonna see is the hot sauce going
Yes.
in.
Chipotle hot sauce. Holy cows, give me a big burrito, Amy.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how we're gonna do this.
I don't know.
Okay, so last night we talked about the FireDisc and the fact that the more you use it, it gets more and more non-stick and seasoned. And so that's literally the FireDisc after cooking bacon, eggs, and sausage and peppers. I mean, literally, it's just a little bit greasy because we put some oil in when you cook. But you could literally just take a paper towel and wipe that out. And so, yeah, the FireDisc is amazing. It just cooks everything, and it's super non-stick.
All right,
Come watch me be the master burrito roller.
All right, so Amy's making burritos.
Look at how much. I don't know if I'm going to get this shot.
Good luck, Amy.
Oh, I
Oh,
just
oh,
put my finger
this is a
in
lot
it.
of. She has fingernails. Don't poke a hole in the burrito now.
Okay. One end is not. One end is open.
Oh man, so
Look at that.
maybe she's not a master.
They're little bitty burritos. This one's more.
You get the hot sauce in there?
Yep.
Yes. Did you just put your finger on my egg?
Yep.
Oh man. We need tape.
All right.
All right, there we go. Are you ready for breakfast?
I am ready for breakfast.
Okay.
All right, tonight's dinner is going to be chicken fried rice.
Chicken fried rice, and I thought I opened this, but I guess I didn't.
So, if you recall, it's all cooked chicken, it's all cooked rice, some veggies. So everything's going to cook really, really quick.
Yep.
We're going to start with the peas and the carrots, warm them
My
up.
mom will be proud eating my peas and the carrots.
But then we are going to actually take them out because they roll around in there. They're hard to push along the side.
So, yeah, shit. I cook them, and I push them, and the peas,
They all roll
the
down.
peas just roll back in. Stupid peas.
I know. All right. Now Joel gets the fun part of trying to get all the peas and carrots
worse
out.
than herding cats.
They just keep rolling.
Peas are just impossible.
Oh, that makes me laugh.
You're impossible. Stupid peas.
What I love about this meal is we use sesame oil instead of vegetable oil.
It's delicious.
I love the smell of sesame oil. And now we just throw in the rotisserie chicken that's already cooked. All right, chicken is done.
Which took like literally
Seriously,
2 minutes.
4 minutes. Yeah, it's not even. Yeah. Some more. Let's see what do we got next? Rice.
Rice and then a little bit of egg.
We have our fancy light up today too,
Yeah.
so Joel can see. Yesterday it got a little dark. Ooh, it's popping.
That rice keeps popping.
Yeah, and actually the rice is a little frozen because our cooler kept things so cold it made things freeze. And then we've got some spices. We've got garlic and ginger.
Yep.
So sometimes Joel will add a little bit of water when he needs like the veggies to, not tonight, but like yesterday with the veggies to cook a little faster. So it steams. And this we just needed to keep it from, sticking to the bottom.
Yeah, it was kind of frozen, and it was just kind of
Needed it a little extra juice.
little moisture.
Yeah, moisture. All right, that is just about finished.
Yep.
Pushing it up to the side. Then we've got 2 eggs coming in from our bottle that we scrambled up the other day.
Some more sesame oil. Sounds like it might be in order.
Again, this egg will probably cook really quick.
Yeah. It won't take long. And then we'll mix it all back up together. And life will be great.
To get those peas and carrots back there.
I won't. So at this point, I'm actually going to turn the FireDisc off because it's Dennis' job.
Okay.
Bring the rice back down.
We have a little extra food here than I think we need.
Probably.
So a lot of times we'll make this with cauliflower rice.
But I actually couldn't find any at the grocery store, some frozen stuff. We usually do a bag of frozen cauliflower rice and just bring it out of the freezer and throw it in the cooler. So this is the first time we've done real rice in a while.
Peas and carrots going back in.
And the cauliflower rice, if I recall, it actually kind of cleans the bottom of the, right? Because
It does.
Because it's more liquidy.
Yeah, it's moist. It doesn't stick. It's great. And I might hit that with just a little bit more teriyaki.
Soy.
Just because of, yes, soy.
Soy's over on the table.
Never mind. I won't hit it then. We'll do it later.
We'll do it when we put it on our plate.
There you go. And then we'll bring some chicken down in. And we probably have more chicken than we need, so we're going to do, hopefully get a good mixture here.
All right, so we ended up just putting all the chicken in. Just made it easier.
We went crazy.
Look at that. And if you actually look at the fire disc underneath it, there's really not much sticking.
Looks
So we're
pretty
gonna
good.
plate it up, put some yum yum and soy on it.
And
Oh,
yes.
and sriracha.
Oh, can't forget sriracha.
Yes. Joel is adding yum yum.
Yum yum is yum yum. I'm putting it on it.
So yeah, this made a ton of food. We probably won't be able to finish it all, but
Yeah, it's
yeah,
gonna be awesome.
yeah. And now sriracha. We have these little bottles of sriracha that we bought on Amazon.
Which, by the way, if you don't put sriracha in them, they're great for hand sanitizer.
All right, good eatings. So Joel's still eating his food. I'm a fast eater, but the sun is going down. So we thought we better do some video here.
Before it's too late. Oh my gosh, so good.
So good. And yeah, I ate it all.
Right. Good for you, Andy. Clean plate club.
So we wanted to thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you learned a couple things, and we were able to show you some tips and tricks on how we do our camping cooking.
Yeah, for us it's all about prep. If you prep right and spend some time at home, it makes your camping experience so much better.
Yep.
So much easier. So, and this is so good.
We eat really well when we're camping, so
Probably better than when we're at home.
probably. I do more cooking here than I actually do at home. So
It's true.
hopefully, again, you learned something, and maybe you'll subscribe to our channel. Thank you. And follow us on our next adventure.
There you go. It won't be long.
Won't be long.
All right, guys.
All right, have a glorious day.
See ya.
Bye.